Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about some of the horror shows I watched. My hair is back. That's okay. So this year I decided to do stuff that was really different. So the first thing I watched was Stranger Things season 3. Um, I will have to say that this is the best, and I mean the best season in the history of mankind. I think what I really loved about it is the government. We have the government who is um, trying to open up this portal world where the uh, demographic lives, and I really love that plot. Just totally awesome, totally interesting. Also, the kids get swept in. We have 11 who lost their powers, which is super baller. And the ending, which is amazing. Like, never ending story. I get it right there. It's just on my level because I love the never ending stories. It was one of my childhood favorites. So watching that season was just definitely something I loved. It's funny because younger generation probably wouldn't really understand, but I clapped when they sang the Never Ending Story theme song. I clapped. I was like, oh my god, I love this show. Oh my god. So I was just like so intrigued. I also loved that the demographic would kind of control things. I really love Cthulhu, and Cthulhu, y'all know, is definitely this creature that is out to take its followers. It has followers, it has cult resonated in them. It's just really creepy. It's um, very creepy. I love the season of Stranger Things. Then I watched Angel, some of Angel. I watched up to season 5. This series is pretty dark. Um, Now, I can't say for sure, but I think my favorite one was probably episode 3 in the dark, which was with Spike that gives Angel a ring that you can use in daylight, and it actually affects people. And it's super interesting. I love this show right now. It's definitely something that's really awesome. It also kind of, to me, plays on, what do you call it, FBI police protocol a little bit, because we have a character here who kind of is a recurring character. She is a police woman who helps Angel with his investigation stuff, but he deals with more supernatural stuff than she does. So yeah, definitely like kind of geared towards that avenue with police procedures and stuff. So yes. The next show I then watched the whole thing of was Creeped Out. Loved this second season so much. It is better than the first season. If you've watched the first season, this is a anthology based story, and I love anthology stuff on short stories, short scary stories are definitely my thing. It's like, Goosebumps. Um, Goosebumps was in there. There was, what was else? There was Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? All this creepy short story anthology type thing, movie or shows are just really great. And this one is no exception either. It's definitely got creepy ass robots. Um, it's got like guys who, I mean, it's got things things that are interesting. Demon baby. There's a demon baby in this episode or this season. That thing totally reminded me of like Rosemary's Baby, and I watched a lot of like demon babies movies. Those are like my thing. I don't know why, but I really enjoy them. It makes me laugh, and that show did make me laugh, but it was kind of creepy, told in a kid's perspective because obviously it's a kids show. But it's definitely really, really cool, and it's creepier than the other one. So thumbs up for that one. The next one I also watched was American Horror Story, the first Apocalypse, the first episode of Apocalypse. I would say this one I kind of know what's gonna happen based on Sarah from Possessed Possessed by Horror, I think. I'll link her channel down below. If you haven't checked it out, you really should. She does all things horror. I don't think she like reads books. She just does movie reviews, I think, in a show. Like she talks about the show of if there's a horror show, she'll kind of do the episodes, which I think is really great. I watched all her episodes of the Apocalypse because I wanted to know what it was about and kind of the thoughts. She didn't do any really major spoilers, but she did do some spoilers, so I mean, I kind of know what happens. But for me, initially by watching it, I thought it was really interesting setup. I really liked the first episode. It's just really interesting. We have like these people who are there's the American has been bombed, so they get sent out to shelter, and the shelter is, like keeps them for a while. Obviously, they're in there for a long time, and they're eating like soup or something mushy, kind of like that, um, and then they kind of get fed meat at one point, which I honestly think it was. Well, actually, I don't know. Actually, because I was like, I honestly think it was human, but then I was like, well, actually, you probably don't know because the guy was infected. They're not going to be feeding these people infected food, and that's correct. So we'll see what that is installed. And I also started to finish Lights Out. Lights Out is another anthology that I have enjoyed. This one's a little bit like it's not as gruesome. Like, um, Lights Out was originally a radio show, I think. Um, and it's just like really gruesome stuff happens, but in the TV show, it's more like Twilight Zone, if you know what I mean, like kind of spooky, ominous, but not really like scary, scary. There was one that I really loved. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like the guy who like he basically killed somebody, murdered somebody, and then that person like kind of visits him as a ghost, and nobody sees her, but him, so he goes insane. And then these ghosts like put him on trial for a murder they committed, and it's just really, really well. Like he goes nuts, and it's great. It's great to see some people's reaction. I also like the one with the ghost. There's a ghost, I think, and she kills people and people go crazy in that one as well. Really interesting. That one's a really good one. And there's that one with the guy who goes crazy. He wears this like necklace or something. It's given down by family generation. And this ghost kind of tempts him into this room to like have a party and drink and stuff like that. And he's like, he doesn't want to do it, but then ends up getting crazy. Yeah, all of these stories are kind of similar in that way, but it's just really interesting. There's so much. It's like the Twilight Zone, and it's so good. So, um, those are the shows I watched during the Halloween season. What were some of your favorite or some of your favorite horror related shows? In the comments down below. Comment down below. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday. But yeah. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Bye.